Hello, good evening, welcome. You've just entered the arena. I'm Michael Coren, and thank you for joining me. Now, obviously, I will defend all of my beliefs, but, well, one of the ideas I'm most proud of is Zionism. Yeah, you heard that. No apologies, no hiding, no doubts. Zionism is arguably the most, well, successful example of the restoration of an indigenous people to their rightful homeland in human history. It's a liberation struggle, a story of the creation of a light on a hill, that light being the Jewish state in the Middle East. I say this now because, once again, the fascists on the left and their Islamic hypocrite friends have bullied people into bending the knee. This time, it's the annual Proms concert in London, where the Israel Philharmonic Orchestra was due to perform at the Royal Albert Hall. But it was silenced by a mob of anti-Semites, really, who infiltrated the audience. At a time when thousands of Arabs are being slaughtered in Libya, Syria, throughout the Islamic world, these racist zealots have vomited their boycott on Israel. On Israel. It's a case of don't buy here, it's a Jew store, just like we saw in 1930s Germany. You think I'm exaggerating? Okay, look, criticizing Israel is one thing. Israelis do it all the time. But this is singling out for particular and peculiar venom the one Jewish state in the entire world. These bigots attempt to equate that Jewish state, where all citizens, irrespective of religion, race, gender, sexuality, enjoy equality, to the hideously immoral racist society that was apartheid South Africa. They try to silence the country's musicians, sportsmen, businessmen, everyone, anyone. They are haters. It's a lie, a blood libel, a politically motivated and blatantly dishonest campaign to use, well, I suppose, Soviet-style propaganda to condemn Jews. Few examples of what is going on in the world. Kurdistan, occupied by 4 different Islamic nations. Morocco forcibly prevents hundreds of thousands of people who have the right to live in the country from entering. Most Arab countries reject black immigration and embrace passive, if not aggressive, racism. In the Gulf states and Pakistan in particular, slavery exists in the guise of servants being treated as, well, virtual animals. In Lebanon, Palestinians are denied dozens of different occupations simply because of who they are. In Iran, homosexuals are publicly hanged and innocent women stoned to death. The secret police suppress freedoms in Syria and even relatively free Jordan. We've seen what Egypt and Libya are like, with other Arab countries little better and sometimes actually worse. Gay Palestinians are forced to flee to Haifa and Tel Aviv to live openly and safely as homosexuals. Gender apartheid exists in massive chunks of the Arab and greater Islamic world, yet Israel is supremely open and progressive, and so on and so on. It's not the sort of thing the haters want to hear, and quite clearly they don't want to hear the gifted musicians of the Israel Philharmonic. Now think about this for a moment. Gentle, good, often politically passive people who play the violin, the clarinet, the piano and whatever, told they cannot play, cannot be, cannot do, simply for who and what they are. Jews. Forget Israel. They're not in tanks or planes, they're musicians, but they are Jewish musicians. While Germany has to come to terms with its acid past, the new left and the new Islam is merely starting on that path to the new moral, political, and perhaps even physically genocidal state of affairs that we could see in the new future. There's also a peppering of Jews who go along with this madness. But then there were black people who defended apartheid, weren't there? Jews who aided the guards in the death camps. Zionism, the national movement of the Jewish people, has the support of the vast majority of the world's Jews. That a heated, hairy, horrendous handful like to play the contrarian is irrelevant. This is about Jew hatred. Fiddle away, Islamo-fascist and Marxist blowhard, but the Jewish violin and the Jewish heart and the Jewish soul will never be silenced.